Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I feel like I have a little bit of explaining to do. I haven't filmed anything on this channel for the best part of a month to 6 weeks now, and the main reason for that is, of course, if you watched one of my previous videos, was that my guide dog was attacked by another dog in late July or early August, and that was one of the last videos I made since uploading, and I haven't really felt like uploading anything on my channel because I've just not been in the mental frame of mind. I am starting to feel a lot better now. After the dog attack, I was just feeling very anxious and very vulnerable. I still am to a good extent, but I am starting to feel like I am regaining normality and that I'm starting to feel like my old self. Unity, of course, is doing well. She had an operation to mend her ear where she was bitten by the dog. That's healed up really nicely. Guide dogs came out to check on her a few weeks ago and they're really happy with how she's doing, and they've been really supportive throughout the whole experience. And I'm really grateful to everybody who commented on my last video about the guide dog attack. It was really lovely to see so many comments of support, and I had so many guide dog owners reaching out to me, and it was just a really overwhelming experience to have so much support from people. So I really want to thank you for that. And just to say that we're both doing okay. I'm doing a lot better now in myself mentally. Unity's physically back to full health and she's doing fine, and we're going out working. We are starting to ease slowly back into it. We are going out alone. I think for the first month I didn't really want to go out anywhere and work unless I was with someone, but now I'm starting to do more things on my own. So I'm starting to feel like I'm gaining a little bit of my old self back, and I'm starting to get back into the flow of things now. I am going to be filming a video for this channel at some point soon where I'll be going into the mental health aspect of dealing with a guide dog attack and how this has had an impact on my mental health and how I'm trying to overcome my anxiety. But today I have had a shower and I'm just having a relaxing day, and I thought, well, there's a video that I've been meaning to film on skincare for a few weeks now, so I thought, well, this is the best time for me to get out the skincare products and do it. And today I'm going to be doing another one brand facial video. Now, if you aren't familiar with this series on my channel that I started a few months ago, this is essentially a series where I pick one particular brand that maybe I like the ethics of or that I like the products, and I do a facial or a skincare routine where I just use the products just from that brand. And today I'm going to be showcasing a brand that I have a lot of love and respect and admiration for, and that brand is L'Occitane. One of the main reasons I wanted to feature them on this series is because they add braille to their bottles and their packaging on their products, which is great if you are a braille user. I myself am not, but I know that a lot of my followers on here who are low vision followers do use braille, and I think it's really important to showcase and praise the brands that actually do care about accessibility. But I also really have been getting into this brand recently because I have been working with their PR team quite a lot recently. They invited me to have lunch and to check out their flagship store in Regent Street, which is amazing. They've got braille on all of their lifts and their photo booth, which is amazing, and they're also doing a lot of great things for the environment. They've recently started a new program where they're going around the UK and doing beach cleans, and they also now have a really great new scheme called TerraCycling, which is where you basically can drop off either the L'Occitane bottles when you've used them up into store, or any other used bottles from your beauty products. And then what happens is, once you've recycled them and taken them back into store, you then get 10% off to purchase a L'Occitane product. So in terms of ethics, they're doing some really great things, and I think they're a brand that I really have been getting more and more into recently with launches that they've been bringing out, and they've been coming out with some fantastic skincare launches. So today I'm going to be creating a little bit of a facial using all products from the brand L'Occitane. So if you're interested, then stay tuned and keep watching. The first thing I'm going to try out today is one of L'Occitane's new facial cleansers. I think they came out with 3 different ones, and the one I'm going to be using in this facial today is the gel cleanser, which is made with cucumber and thyme. I really love this stuff because it foams up really well, it has a lovely scent to it, feels really refreshing on the skin. It doesn't feel too astringent or drying, and it just makes my skin feel really fresh and clean. So I really find that with this cleanser, it goes really well with my e.l.f. face brush. I find some cleansers don't tend to foam up very well with this, but this one really does. I'm just going to pump about 2 pumps onto my cleansing brush, and then I'm just going to start to work that in circular motions on my skin. I absolutely love the smell of this. It smells so fresh. But I'm a massive cucumber lover. Anything with cucumber in it, I love. I just love how well it foams up, and especially with this brush. I like using this brush, but sometimes it's really hard to use with some of my other cleansers. So it's an absolute treat to use this. I'm just going to give my skin a really nice cleanse to start off with. Particularly on my forehead, because I'm getting a bit of congestion at the moment on my forehead. I don't know why, but I seem to be getting very small spots, and they're very stubborn at the moment, so that's pretty annoying. And now I'm just going to remove that with my flannel. So that's the cleanser done. I like this cleanser just because it's very simple, it's very easy to use, it's quick to foam up, and it's just a nice kind of like morning cleanser just to get your day started and just to get your skincare routine going. So that's why I really like that cleanser. Now I'm going to move on to using a toner. Okay, now for toner, I'm going to be using this one from their Immortelle Precious range. I really hope I pronounced that right. I'm never too sure how to pronounce certain ranges from this brand because it's French, and I don't really remember a lot of my GCSE French days, so but this range is particularly good for hydrating and anti-aging and reducing the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. Now, I mean, I'm 25, so I've got to start somewhere, and I've got to start as I mean to go on, because as my friends keep pointing out, I'm now halfway to 50. I mean, to be honest, toners can be much of a muchness. They are all to do the same thing. They're just to remove any excess sebum, they're to close the pores, to help restore the pH balance, and just to simply add another step to your skincare routine where you're adding another step for cleansing. So it's just always a good idea to use one anyway. But I like this one just because it has a really nice scent to it. It kind of smells a bit like sweet, like, I don't know, a bit sherbety. I think the particular flower that they use in this is a particularly sweet variety, I think, the flower that they use. So everything from this range just smells really sweet and delicious, and I just want to eat it. So I'm just going to tone my skin using this. Now I'm going to use a face mask, and I'm going to be using this one from a very recent collection that L'Occitane came out with, and it's all inspired by the fruits and the natural products that you find in Provence. So they came out with 3 different face masks. They also came out with a massive collection of lip balms and lipsticks, and 3 different lip scrubs as well. I actually wrote a blog post on this range quite a few months back, so I'll link it down below if you would like to go and read that. But this is one of my favourite things from the collection, and it's their soothing mask, which is made with blueberries sourced from Provence, and it just feels really cooling and comforting on the skin. It has a lovely texture to it. It smells amazing, like it smells like blueberry yogurt. So I'm just going to apply that to my skin, because my skin is a little bit red at the moment, and it just feels so cooling. Like, this is a really good mask if you've got a little bit of sunburn, if you've just got a bit of irritation, if your skin's just feeling a bit aggravated. It's just so good for that. And it's just so tempting just to slather this on in plentiful amounts just because it feels so good. Like, I put this in the fridge in the summer months when my skin was feeling really hot, and it was just, oh, it was so good. Okay, so face mask is now on. I kind of look like the moon emoji. And I've set my timer on for 10 minutes, and whilst that is doing its job, I'm also going to do a few extra things that you can do whilst you're waiting for your face mask to do its job. I'm going to be so extra now and use a lip scrub. I love using lip scrubs. I mean, it might seem like such an unnecessary step to do in your skincare routine, but why not? Life's too short, guys. Life's too short. So this is another thing from their new Fruits of Provence range that they came out with a few months ago, and this is the raspberry lip scrub. I also have the other one, which is the marmalade one, which is really nice as well, but this is my favourite. It literally just smells and tastes and feels like raspberry jam, and it's so tempting to eat it, but I remind myself that it's not jam, not to do it, but you know, the temptation is there. So as you can see, that's what it looks like. It literally does look like jam. It's not overly gritty for a lip scrub, but you know what, I do like that, because sometimes I think with lip scrubs that are overly gritty and really abrasive, sometimes they can make your lips feel dry, especially when you get into the autumn winter months. I usually put this on in the morning before I brush my teeth. I'm just going to wipe that off with flannel. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do whilst my face mask is still on is I'm going to apply a hand cream. I just like doing this kind of thing. When I've got a face mask on, I like to just take that 10-15 minutes that I've got something on my face where I can just chill out, and I can just take 10 minutes out of my day to maybe put a foot mask on, put some hand cream on, you know, just do some things that mean that I can literally just spend that 10 minutes just sat down doing nothing. And this is just a nice way to do that. So of course, L'Occitane is known for their hand creams. Their hand creams are by far the best I've ever used. I love this one. This is my favourite one. This is the lavender hand cream. I love the lavender scent from L'Occitane. I think with L'Occitane, with the lavender scent, they get it just right. The lavender is sourced from Provence in France, so it's a really good quality lavender, and it just smells divine. And I just love putting this on my hands because it just feels so rich, so indulgent, and just so thick. I mean, realistically, I would also do a foot cream as well, but I'm not going to show you my feet on camera because I hate my feet. Yes, that's a fun fact for you guys, a bit of trivia about me. I don't like my feet, so that's why I never wear flip-flops. And it's really thick, so it takes a little bit longer to sink in, but I think that's the nice thing about this sort of hand cream, because when you've got your face mask on, you can spend that 10 minutes just doing nothing and lounging around, and then by the time it's sunk in, you can take your face mask off and you've got soft skin and soft hands. 10 minutes is now up, so it's time to remove the face mask. So the face mask is off, and I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but it has definitely reduced a little bit of the redness I had. I had a little bit of redness on my cheeks and on my forehead, and it definitely does tone it down a little bit. I think whenever I've got any redness or irritation, or my skin just feels like it's a little bit on the dry side, I always find that this mask always helps to soothe it a bit, so I always reach for this when I feel like my skin just needs something a bit more comforting. And so now I'm going to move on to moisturiser. First, I'm actually going to moisturise my eyes, and I'm going to be using the Immortelle Precious eye cream. This is a really thick eye cream, and I like this because it's very easy to apply, it's very easy to kind of spread, and it really sinks into the skin. But I love this for the thickness because it really does feel nice, and especially at night time, I think I always prefer more of a thicker eye cream because it's got longer to kind of sink in. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of that underneath my eye. And again, this is part of the Immortelle Precious range, which is good for anti-aging. And the under eye area is unfortunately the first place where you start to notice signs of aging, so I'm beating aging to the punch. I'm trying to get my skincare in before it gets me. It's just a very hydrating eye cream. This range is actually packed with hyaluronic acid, so it's really good if you want anything that's very hydrating, if you have either normal to dry skin. So now I'm going to use something underneath my moisturiser, and it's their Immortelle Precious Fluid. So this, I'm not too sure if it's like their version of an essence, but basically I put it on my face before I am going to use a moisturiser, just to act like an essence. And it's just like a lightweight kind of fluid. So I put a little bit of this onto the back of my hand, and then I'm just going to just apply that to my face and neck. But it's really lightweight, it sinks into the skin very quickly, and it's just something extra to do just before you're going to start your moisturiser. This is another product that's more for fine lines and wrinkles, so I think this is more like a specific kind of treatment. And it just definitely feels like it is like an essence to me, because it really just does sink into the skin. Like, it doesn't even leave a trace really, so if you're worried about it being too congesting, this is really lightweight. And for me, as someone who does still get a little bit of problems with blemishes or congestion, I don't ever have any problem with that, just because it really sinks into the skin and it's just super absorbent. Like that, it's gone. Next thing I'm going to use is the Immortelle Precious Face Cream. I really like this face cream. It's super hydrating, it's really thick and rich and luxurious, and it's packed with hyaluronic acid, so it's really good if you have problems with dry skin. And I just love me some hyaluronic acid. I can't get enough of the stuff, so I like to just get a little bit of this. Little goes a long way, and just apply that to my skin. And when I say it with this cream, a little does really go a long way. You do not need a lot of this stuff for it to be put to good use. The next thing I'm going to use is actually one of my favourite products from L'Occitane, and it's their Immortal Reset Overnight Oil. Now this is a serum kind of product that you put over the top of your moisturiser in the evening, and it works to recharge your skin, to smooth out the skin. It helps to reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. It was tested on by over 115 women, and after just one night of use, 97% of them said that their skin felt refreshed and it looked more rested. And it had a lot of hype when it first came out. Now I can't attest to whether or not it helps with wrinkles and fine lines because I don't really have any wrinkles yet, but when I put this on, I can tell you my skin feels so smooth. I've never before used a product which instantly makes the texture of my skin look and feel so much better. So I do about 2 pumps, and I just like to smooth that over my skin, and then I just like to pat and press that into my skin. I like to just kind of like do a little bit of a massage, and I just like to take some time to really make sure that that sinks into the skin. And then finally, for this little L'Occitane facial, I'm going to be using a lip balm because, you know, it's important to hydrate your lips as well. This is their multi-purpose balm, so it's like a lip balm that has things like jojoba oil in there. This is from their Fruits of Provence collection, and this is just the plain clear one. It doesn't have any pigment or colour to it, but they have a lot of their lip balms that do have pigment to them, but I'm just going to use this one today. But I really like this because it's very nourishing, it sinks in very well, it doesn't feel sticky or tacky, and it's just a nice little extra thing to do just to finish up your skincare routine. Okay, so that concludes my L'Occitane one brand facial video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Do let me know in the comments what other brands you would like me to do next, because this is going to be an ongoing series. I'm really enjoying doing it, and I would love to know some brands that you would like me to do in the future. Do let me know what your favourite products are from L'Occitane if you use this brand, and also, do you think that more brands should add braille onto their products? I particularly want to ask my low vision followers, do you use braille, and if so, do you think that if more braille products were incorporated into beauty brands that it would have an impact on your life and it would help you? Do let me know, because I'd love to know what you think. Also be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and also don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you are new, and also don't forget to click the notification bell down below to receive updates when I post new videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys!